Many of us are proud cat and dog owners, or at least know someone who houses some kind of mainstream pet. But some people have ventured far beyond normality and welcomed some of the most unexpected creatures into their families. We're talking about pet lions, family bears, penguin friends, household giraffes, and even a hippopotamus. It's unthinkable that one could domesticate or build a loving relationship to some of these majestic, and yes, even dangerously deadly animals. But these guys would assure you the friendships are totally worth the extra effort, and sometimes even a scratch or two. Today, we'll be looking at some straight. Number 10. Jessica the hippo. There are many accounts of hippos attacking and even killing people who've invaded their space or disrupted their routines. But despite being one of the most dangerous animals in Africa, this is definitely not the case with Jessica the hippo. Shirley and her husband Tony took her in as a newborn. When she was washed away from her mother during the floods back in 2000. Jessica is a loving hippo who enjoys interacting with humans and displays mind-boggling behaviors that should make us reconsider our approach towards wild animals. Jessica was so young at the time, she was found with her umbilical cord still attached. So, she must have imprinted onto her new parents right away. Ever since, she's been enjoying a peaceful life in their backyard, and recently began roaming out into the wilderness whenever she pleases. She isn't in captivity at all, and keeps coming back to enjoy a cup or two of rooibos tea with her beloved parents. Number 9. AG the polar bear. Polar bears are the fiercest and largest land carnivores in the world. But this man snuggles up to his bear friend first thing in the day, before their morning swim. Mark Dumas is a 60-year-old professional animal trainer, and the only person in the world to survive swimming with a polar bear. Every morning, Dumas enjoys a nice leisurely swim with his 800-pound polar bear, AG. Dumas takes his swim and even wrestles with the gigantic female polar bear like she's just a tiny puppy. You can tell just by watching Dumas and AG that they truly trust each other, despite their major natural differences. Number 8. Dindim the penguin. Meet Dindim, the penguin who returns to his human soulmate every year. Dindim is a South American Magellanic penguin who was found discovered in oil and starving on a beach in Rio de Janeiro by 71-year-old fisherman João Pereira. After taking him in and caring for the little fella, a pretty unique friendship was born. Since they met in 2011, Dindim, who normally breeds 3,000 to 5,000 miles away on the coasts of Argentina and Chile, leaves his habitat and swims all the way back to Brazil every single year to spend 8 months living with a retired fisherman in his house on the island. Dindim allows no one else to touch him except for his faithful companion Yao, and even pecks them if they try. He lays on the fisherman's lap, lets him give him showers, feed him fish, and even allows him to pick him up. Number 7. Pasqualina the wild boar. Pasqualina is a 2-year-old boar who loves to cuddle, even though she now weighs 100 pounds. This female wild boar lives with the Italian couple Raffaele and Doriana, who treat her as if she were one of their own children. They found a baby pig abandoned in the woods, almost dying from hunger. They did their best to save the little piglet and didn't expect at all that she'd grow up to behave more and more like a real dog. Pasqualina loves to play ball with Raffaele and cuddle while muzzling him with her snout. The couple own a farm with several other cows, donkeys, and chickens. But Pasqualina has by far the most unusual relationship to her parents. Number 6. Household giraffes. The Rothschild giraffe is an endangered species and the last animal you'd think of as a household pet. But in 1979, there were only about 130 of these giraffes left. So, Jacques Leslie Melville and his American wife Betty decided to take in a few of them by letting them roam freely just outside their mansion in Kenya. Next thing you know, they started a wildlife fund and later opened the Giraffe Manor, a hotel where guests and giraffes can freely interact with one another both inside and outside the building. Today, 300 of these beautiful giraffes peacefully live on their 18,000-acre soy ranch. Number 5. Kevin and his lions. South African sanctuary owner Kevin Richardson has turned these dangerous apex predators into the sweetest animals. Also known as the Lion Whisperer, cuddling with these wildcats is one of Kevin's favorite daily activities. Kevin has always had a fascination with lions, and because he's been raising them from birth, they soon learned to respect him and let him into the pride. Kevin sleeps, eats, and lives among these lions, and reassures people that they are loving animals. That being said, he's been scratched and bitten by these wild animals a few times throughout his career. But these loving relationships are well worth the risks, he says. Number 4. Brutus, the grizzly bear. Nicknamed the animal magnet as a kid, Casey Anderson grew up in Montana, surrounded by wilderness and animals. After college, he became an animal keeper and trained with all kinds of dangerous animals until baby Brutus came into his life. Brutus was born in an overpopulated wildlife park and quickly became Casey's new best friend. The now 700-pound adult male grizzly bear regularly cuddles and playfully wrestles with Casey. These gigantic North American predators have a bad rep amongst campers and hikers for their terrifying nature. But this friendly grizzly is living proof that you shouldn't judge a bear by its claws. Number 3. The hyena men. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, a group of hyenas have been taken in by locals and become the neighborhood pets. A series of pictures show men casually walking their hyenas on leashes leaked onto the internet and caused quite the controversy. Their relationships to these animals aren't always harmonious, and many question the ethics of it all. However, this close society of men have managed to tame and domesticate these hyenas and treat them like household pets. It turns out the hyena men are performers who've been passing down their tradition for generations. It's not illegal, as they actually do have permits from the Nigerian government. And unbelievably so, you can actually buy hyena leashes and toys on Amazon. Number 2. Big Bird the pelican. We've seen quite our fair share of unlikely friendships today. But a man rescuing a pelican and taking him under his own wing is quite something extraordinary. After being separated from his flock during a storm in Tanzania, the pelican was taken in by safari camp manager Jeffrey Condon, who cheesily named him Big Bird. Jeffrey has been taking Big Bird out on his canoe each morning, teaching him everything he knows. He's taught the bird how to swim, dive, and even how to catch fish. It's truly quite the role reversal. And what better way for Big Bird to repay his new best friend with plenty of cuddles? Before we reveal number 1, be sure to check out other amazing videos on our channel and give us a like if you enjoyed this video so far. Tell us in comments which one of these you like the most and why. Number 1. Pocho the crocodile. Pocho was an American crocodile who became world famous for his relationship with Chito Shedden, a local fisherman in Costa Rica. Shedden had found the crocodile dying on the banks of the Vrezentavan River and took him in whilst nursing him back to health. The crocodile refused to return to the wild and chose to stay with Chito instead. So he named him Pocho, and the two became the best of friends. Their relationship was so unbelievable, they even started performing together and became world famous. Their incredible display of trust and love is one to make us reconsider the impression we have of these scary-looking water lizards.